pausing at the literal beginning of the stream. That's crazy.
Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talk. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talking to me. Watch how you talk. Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? If I knew back then what I knew right now, I'd be on right now. I'm the nigga right now. I'm the nigga right now. Got your bitch right now. Since you want it right now, getting litty right now. Wanna text me right now. Outside right now. Please do not get in my face. You know that I'm riding the whip. I just needed my space. I drink it straight with no chase. Love when you making that face. Living out of suitcase. Annie, are you okay? I fuck you good the long way. Watch how you talking to me. 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 Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six?
She's a keeper, legs like Serena. Strong like Xena, turn into a screamer. She's a dancer, money from Atlanta. She's a cancer, phone ring, no answer. I'm getting litty, mixed dirty with the fana. My life a movie, I always got a camera. I'm at Cabana, she's sucking my banana. Ooh, na na. If we never met, I'm there right now. Put a bullet in my head right now.
Yeah, I'm living off of moonlight, moonlight. Talking but you don't fight.
Ooh, na na.
About a new life. Even when I'm wrong, you know I'm still right. On another level, reaching new heights. I used to hit the block just in all white. No, I can't bliss you, but my gun might. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? Fall in the six. Yeah, I'm living off of moonlight, moonlight. Have you ever seen a snowfall in the six? What I know right now, what I know right now, if I knew right now, what I knew right now, I be on 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 right now.
Oh shit. My bad. My bad. My bad. Give me one sec. I said wait. How come I don't hear the music no more? Let me just. Yeah, I knew about you. Fucking Discord. All right. Now that the video has been out for a little bit, I actually want to talk about it and what you guys thought about the presentation discussion, what can be better and what not, and obviously actually talk about the minutiae of this fight, I suppose. Whether you think Luffy would win, Bam would win, it's too hard to decide right now because we haven't seen what they all can do. Um, yeah, things like that. Probably won't go too long unless it ends up being long. But happy Friday! You made it to the end of the week, Sailor. I hope you guys enjoy your Friday. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is well. And man, I've been reading the comments. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it because this is part of the reason that I did it because ain't no comment section you get the know it all smarty pants more so than a power scaling video where they're like you're an idiot. Obviously he's fourth dimensional and did I'm like this is what I was waiting for. This is what I wanted to do. So I'm here for it. You see the middle of a double, so you're tired? Shit, feel it. This is my this was my first week back in like maybe a month. So it's been it was a rough week because I'm trying to like rebalance my schedule. That's why a lot of these streams have been later in the day. Because usually I think I would stream around 4, right, in my room. I've gotten a hoarseness race, but I got a question about Lead versus Bam. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, in case you guys don't know, I'll just show you all right here. Somebody said to do Caliban versus what's his name? Whitebeard. I think that could be interesting. But just to show you guys here, I'm gonna be doing this. These are the 3 that I've already decided is gonna happen. So I'm going to be doing Zoro versus White. But this one, I am going to try something different. I might do this for multiple ones depending on the series and the combatants, but I want to do this one by phase, like different phases. So I'm gonna do like pre-time skip Zoro versus like Hokin. Then like maybe when he has like different swords or something, then like incomplete white versus post-time skip Zoro, and then like maybe King of Hell Enma versus like complete white when he's fighting Bam and Caliban and whatnot. I thought it'd be more interesting that way. This one, I might do the same thing, maybe by season. Maybe I'll just go them at their end, might make more interesting. And then this one, it doesn't matter what we do. Kasak is stomping. He's stomping. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have fun with it. Oh yeah, I'm rage baiting. I promise you, I'm rage baiting. Like this is rage bait. That's part of it is. Well, yeah. Does Bam have the Kirby ability to absorb the Sword of Re? Mm, the thing, it's hard to put a limiter on Bam's copy ability because I don't know that there's a limit on it. I feel like he can do whatever he wants with it for the most part. It's hard to say. I'm gonna go with no, but if the sword is magic in nature, it is like if you want to say it's a magic sword. I don't know if holy. Like I don't know if I'd consider holy a whole. I don't know. That's a good question. But we'll have the conversation. We're gonna have the conversation. It's gonna be me and Glam, so we'll know what we're doing. But yeah. You trying to Naya becoming a power skiller merchant? You're supposed to destroy them, not joining. Joking, by the way. No, I'm gonna throw like 2 of these a month. I know you're joking, but I'm gonna throw like 2 of these a month in. Like honestly, it was fun. It was fun editing and making. So, and again, like I think I said it in this tweet because I'm getting people commenting like, "Oh, this is easy. It's a neg diff. It's a low diff," and I'm like, the the point isn't necessarily for me to make an interesting fight where it's a back and forth. Here it is. I'm just gonna read what I wrote here. Where I said, I've seen tons of power scaling videos where it's obvious one character is completely outmatched. Does it mean an interesting video or discussion on that can't be had? In addition to that, I want to show people how strong certain characters or universes are. I want people to know Kubera characters are absolutely insanely powerful with amazing abilities, and that might push some people to read it. I know exactly what I'm doing. Let me brew. And like I said, rage baiting. I also want to piss off certain fan bases, especially One Piece fans. Oh, look at you. Look at you. You in the chat right now. So there's a method to my madness. Let me cook. I got something going on right now. And channel's been growing, all things considered. Something's working. So I just gotta kind of put my finger on it. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Is Lee strong enough for Bam? Well, Golden Knight, Golden Boots, Sword of Ray, Height of Bondage. Plus, she's an extremely physically capable character. Plus, I think in Bhavati Kubera, Hati Kubera, like she's got something she can do. I think it's one where she's probably on the losing side, but there's win conditions that me and Glam have come up with, but I'm not gonna spoil those. You'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Because Sagwa's video to say I want to see what kind of mental hurdles people make to say Kaido's a chance. That's why I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. It's gonna. I'm gonna title it like Kaido versus Kasak is not close. You know, something like that. Because I've been watching some power scaling videos to see what it is that people like in terms of the editing, the style, and the verbiage used to get an idea of what it is I'm gonna do with it. So I got something brewing, man. This piece, OP chapter was rage baiting. I'm upset with how much it occupied my thoughts today. I already. Oh yeah, Kuma, Bonnie, Celestial Dragon. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the inclusion of memes and funny clips in your videos now. I'm trying not to overdo it. Like I felt like maybe with the Reborn one I might have overdone it, but hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Cause I find that some people in their videos there's too many jokes. I'm like it's not that funny, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna keep going with it. Lee's, if we say spoiler wise, is way too strong. People doing revisionism on Kaido is so funny. Yeah, he was a small nigga, then he was a medium nigga. Now he's a big nigga. So actually, let me see what they're saying right now over here. So let me see this. Well, you just commented on a couple of things, but over here, I'm gonna read some of the comments too. But like over here, shit. Low diff, Lee's neg diff. I doubt even the family heads can beat her. Somebody knows. Somebody's aware. Like Lee's might not seem as that impressive, but if you know, you know. Cause Socks had the fart to destroy the One Piece verse. I can't. Y'all don't understand how much me and Glam are going to be working on making a power scaling tier list. That one is for Kubera universe in universe only, but I do want suggestions. So if you guys want to see certain in-universe battles, whether it's One Piece, like focus on One Piece, Tower God, and Kubera, but you can add other characters too. I don't mind. But don't say shit like Aaron versus Gon. I don't cover Attack on Titan, and I don't cover fucking Hunter x Hunter. So like, don't do that. But I'm open to ideas of thought of battles in your head that you think would be interesting to talk about. So any suggestions you have that I like, I'll put it because I like Whitebeard and Caliban. I like that one. That should be fun. So yeah. If Bam beat Dumas, can he beat Luffy? Can Dumas beat Luffy? You mean if Bam beats I never gave my answer for Bam versus Luffy. I don't know. I would know if I saw Bam at full power. That's why that one was hard for me and Pat to do a little bit because we're like, well, we've seen Luffy go all out, but not Bam yet. So we did the best we could. I tried to have a rational conversation about it instead of going crazy, right? So I thought we did a good job. But you guys could let me know if you haven't saw it. Watch it after the stream maybe, or maybe I'll play it after at the end of the stream just so you guys can see it. You should have been extra disrespectful and put him up against Taxaka. I picked Veritra first too. Glam was like, "That's not necessary. Use Kaju." I'm like, "I don't like Kaju. We'll do Kasak," kind of thing. So I feel it. I feel it. No Kubera fan. Wow, this Kasak must be a powerhouse in his universe. Kubera fan, sure. they don't. They're not ready, bro. I can't wait to have Yaksha eating people across planets. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Like we, the Kubera community, are gonna be we're gonna be cutting the fuck up in those comment sections because you're gonna be being like, oh, White can do this, ooh, Roger could do that, and I'll be like, yeah, King of the Line. It's gonna be fun. I'm doing this for Kubera niggas. I'm doing this for y'all. We're putting Kubera power scaling on the map. They gonna learn today. They gonna learn. It's gonna be fun. Ran Sarafi versus Kunaran? That's crazy. How's my knowledge on Saint Seiya? It's really good, but it's only for the main series and Saint Seiya the continuation. I don't remember what it's called right now, but I never really checked out like Omega and G and all those other ancillary ones. But you're talking base Saint Seiya. My knowledge is up to par. I know how strong they are. I'm a Iki fan. Iki's my guy. Phoenix Iki, Shaka, Virgo Shaka, Om. The closest to God. That's my goat. So yeah. In a way, Juvio Grace, the son of V, absorber of powers. Um, 3 Thorn 25th man about to lose to a ninja called Joy Boy. Listen, man. The only thing that I'm confident in saying for sure in that fight is I believe there's not a single physical stat that Bam has over Luffy. Aside from that, I don't know what to do with Bam because I'm like, okay, I haven't seen everything he can do yet. He hasn't used all his powers yet. Then I don't know how Shinsu and Shinsu attacks interact with Luffy's mythical awakening rubberization. Plus, he's constantly in armament and conquerors. On top of the fact that he's gonna have an accelerated healing factor because he's a Zoan. So it was hard for me to have the conversation, but I thought it was a good way to start. So, but next will probably be Zoro versus White. That should be the next one. But that one I'm gonna do in phases. I haven't figured it out yet. I'll probably do Hulkling first, then like pre time skip Zoro. Maybe I'm not sure what swords I'm gonna have. Then I'll probably do like post time skip. Then like end of series. So King of Hell with Enma with like completed White before he loses to Mam. Reach was fucking overkill and you know it. I still wanted to do it. Would have been funny. I still wanted to do it. Kasaki like Crescent Gate. Here you go. You should do verses between Blue Lock and Al Ashy. Oh, sports ones. That's a great idea. Oh, y'all cooking. Hold on. Some sports ones. I'm in there. I'm in there. See what I can do with some basketball and some football and whatnot. I like that. I gotta screenshot this because I won't remember. I like that. I didn't even think about that. Some baseball series too. I mean, and tennis. Hold on now. Can we get CBL versus that bozo John? Yes, we can. Let's pack up John because I don't like John fans. Yeah, let's get him mad. Unordinary. Let's get what's her name again? Wow, I forgot her name. Uru Chan. Let's get her fans mad. The sun god is blocked up with a 25th night. The cutlery is dangerous. That cutlery. Yeah, that's funny. Nah, I don't even personally know much about Luffy like that. Let me not cap. Stop watching that shit when they reach the fish island. Like, oh, you're like, oh yeah, Luffy has gotten much stronger since then. Ice Shield versus Kuroko. I'd have to reread Ice Shield though. That's the only thing. Sarah, we can do the pitchers and base and Domino Ace. I also could do I should probably bring back the like power rankings, but do it kind of ESPN style that I did for like the Kuroko one. And I think we did one on Jay's channel. We could bring that back and actually do those again. That should be fun. I'm in there. I have an idea of picking each prodigy from sports series and see how they stack up against each other. Okay. So like what? Kagami, Ryoma, Echizen, stuff like that. That could work. That could work. But yeah, that was. But yeah, this was this. It's funny that we started with this one, but again, that was literally because somebody like gave me a thanks for $100, and they're like, "Can you do Luffy versus Bam?" Like, if you paid $100 to ask me that, fine, that's fine. Because I had no dog in the race, and I was like, "Damn, how do I even do this?" Because I don't even understand the limitations of Gear's fifth yet. I have not seen that boy Bam get pushed to his absolute limit yet. He's still playing tickle butt. So now Kagami. Oh shit. Oh, Omine. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, Kisuke can count too because he's got like kinesthetic corporal skills and could copy things and master a sport quickly. But Omine makes sense. 7 days with Black Clover would be fun for a scanner. Fortunately, I don't know enough about Black Clover to do that. I'd have to read that, and I don't want to. Bam just summons an orb of water around Luffy and drowns him. That that's a scenario that we brought up in the um in the video, but we didn't think that was feasible. That wasn't a feasible thing because for two reasons. I don't know how Gear Fifth would interact with that. Two, it's not seawater, and it's not literal water when they're doing it, unless Bam uses a water Shinsu quality, which is to be differentiated from natural Shinsu, even though it translates kind of literally to divine water. On top of the fact that that doesn't stop him from being rubber when he's in water. So he could still stretch his neck out or his foot out and pull himself out of it. So to me, that wasn't a viable win condition for Bam. But I thought about it. I did. I think you forget that because if you go back to Arlong Park, when he's underwater and stuck in the concrete, remember they stretch his head above water to do CPR on him. He doesn't lose his rubber ability in the water, and he's also fought Hody Jones underwater and was able to pierce his skin with his hand and shit like that. So not a viable win condition for me. Luffy doesn't have the cutlery, therefore he loses. Not the cutlery, bro. The cutlery is dangerous. As long as Baro gets slandered, put him against anybody, I'm in there. Don't worry. You know I hate Baro. Don't worry. Ryoma versus Ayomine. That's interesting. I like that. Is the water dragon actually water? It could be. It could be. I'm not saying they're not, but like even if you're using Shinsu and it's like black or something, right? It's Shinsu still translates to divine water. That's why for me, if the Shinsu quality isn't literally like water vapor, think like Boric with the electrical storm, or even the latest Lopobia chick with like water guns and shit, like that looked like a literal like torrent in a water based attack. I saw you said something. I think you said something about the purer Shinsu is, the more it looks like water. But yeah, but again, One Piece does make it clear that it's seawater specifically, right? Like if they go in a shower, they're not gonna can't, like or they can't bathe, right? So it's seawater. So you have to remember that. So yeah, is Tower of God good recently? I didn't keep up with anything. The last three chapters to me were pretty whatever. I didn't mind the last chapter, but he's doing a lot of cliffhanger baiting with Will Hike Sung stuff. But I've been chilling. The last chapter was very short, so it didn't overstay its welcome. It was the shortest chapter I've read in a very long time. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. See, everyone is so mad. Hey, let me actually do this on Twitter real quick. I'm gonna post this link, but I'm gonna say this too. Give me a second. Actually, you guys can watch this in real time. All right? Cause look. They all coming for the Zoro and White thing. Like, let me brew. Y'all didn't even let me. Y'all didn't even give me a chance to land, bro. Like, let me brew. So first, I'm gonna post this, and then doing this one by phase phases, different points in the series. Y'all didn't even let me walk into the kitchen. Damn. There we go. Boom. I can't spell. Wow. Oh my god. What did I just delete? Y'all didn't even I fuck what the fuck did I just do? Let y'all didn't even let me. I deleted me. I can spell guys, I promise. I'm doing this one by phases, different points in the series. Y'all didn't even walk into the kitchen. Damn. Oh, okay, boom. And I'm gonna retweet this. Crazy. I was a One Piece fan. And I feel sick. It might be hard to talk about leads without spoilers. Meanwhile, whoops, Zoro, Kaido dying, but invisible brother. Yeah, I can't wait, man. It's gonna be fun. Gotta be a standing body of water, and you gotta be. I think it has to be at least halfway up their body for him to start to feel physically weaker and stuff too. Odin versus Oda versus Korean Oda power scale. Who does the biggest ass pulls and plot armor? Same reason people will slander the Gorosei and the world government for incompetency, will praise Dragon for being logical. Goda, they just pick and choose. They just pick and choose. That is for damn sure. That is for damn sure. 100%. Okay, let me just read a couple of comments that I saw here. Oh, actually, let me ask you guys a couple of questions real quick. If you could recall and remember, let me ask you guys this. I wrote these down because I wasn't gonna remember these questions, but what is Bam's greatest feat of speed in your opinion? If you kind of go through it, take your time. If you have to go look it up a little bit, but let me know what you guys think is Bam's greatest speed related feat. Like, what made you go, holy shit, he's fast? That's crazy. Like, where did that moment hit for you? I don't care if it's early season 2, later in season 3, or even the first season, but what is his greatest speed feat? Let me know what you guys think that is. Um, because I think it's important to talk about his best feat of speed, power, durability. Then I want to talk about his best techniques or most dangerous techniques. Then talk about his mentality and personality. So, what do you guys think? If he has one, you said Shanks versus Arihan dollar. Okay, when he was diving down to stop them from going to the boiling to the boiling acid or whatever it was when they were okay, and he was saving everybody against Hulkman. Okay, that's fair. For me, it was against Kaiser. So bobbing and weaving through her needle inventory on the blue ore. Okay, that's fair. Weaving through Elaine's inventory, but I don't know how to quantify that. When his stupid ass was saving the ops. Yeah, I remember that. Asha versus Rachel, one shot was still fun. We could at least have a conversation like I think what makes these interesting is we don't always necessarily have to go straight into battle. Like we can like start Asha versus Rachel as like Rachel has no chance in the world, and then talk about their mindset, how they kind of manipulated the main character and things like that. The same way I will at some point do this. I don't know against who, but I'll put someone like L against someone like Batman or something like detectives. Like okay, intellectual ability, cerebral horsepower. Who's better at solving crimes, something like that. Like how we brought up sports earlier. We can make this fun. It doesn't always have to be who can beat who up. So yeah. How does Maruna versus Bam work in your guys' opinion? Maruna versus Bam? The thing with Bam that makes it hard sometimes. The same thing with Luffy right now is Luffy's tune, not tune force, but rubberization of stuff, and then Bam's copy ability. Could Bam at all copy anything in any capacity? Like, I don't want to go as far to say he could transform his body because he hasn't been able to do that. Even when Doom tried to turn him into an Houndborn, what it did was it gave his weapons the ability to transform like canine transformations. So if he can somehow get hit by a Sura attack or whatever, maybe he can't Surify, but can he Surify his shield, his Black March or something? Like it's hard to know how they'll interact, but I'd obviously go with Maruna for the time being. So yeah, if Asher replaced Rachel in TOG, a spec against a giant chicken. So yeah, okay. So what's Luffy's greatest feat of speed in your guys' opinion? And I'll tell you what I think it is. Let me find it though. See if I can find it. Hurry up. Hurry up. Maybe I should look this up earlier. How do you spell this guy's name again? Fuck. Okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe I won't find it here, but I can just tell you what it is. But what's Luffy's greatest feat of speed, or some of them at least, if you can remember? Because for me, it's when he dodges Caesar's explosion during Punk Hazard, probably. Like he's gotten much faster since then, but I'm talking about when he was fighting Caesar, and when I think if you light Smiley on fire, it blows up. They put him on a midair, and Luffy dodged it. I was looking at him like, oh, that was close, but maybe I could find it in the manga. I'll probably find it in the manga. Even though it's not accurate for me, the Blue Note thing always comes up the Soru when he blitzed them and stuff. That's a good one. Dodging the pacifist lasers if you believe they are light speed. He was in base when that happened too. I was gonna bring that up. But that's when he went too slow. Too slow. Yeah. I remember that. Um, on I'm going One Piece. Digitally colored. Digit. Yeah, digitally colored. Why Reddit? Boom. I gotta find. Oh man, that's actually. Let me see. 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 Jesus Christ. How long ago was Punk Hazard? I don't even remember. Okay, 655, I think, around there. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Would this be it? Is it here? No, I think after this. No, I don't remember. Does he fight Caesar at the beginning? I don't remember when he fights Caesar. There's Law. I think Law does change their bodies around before that, eh? Actually, fuck it. For now, let's focus on Bam. We'll come to Luffy after. It'll give me time to find some stuff. What's Bam's greatest feat of power or destructive capability? DC, as you guys call it. Like, what's his greatest destructive kind of like whatever or feat of like physical strength and power? And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because I made the case in the video, though I didn't say who would win, that I think that Luffy outclasses him physically no matter what. Like in any, I don't think Bam is faster, stronger, more durable than Luffy. The endurance part is interesting to me because I guess the best way for me to say it might be something like Sukuna, Yuta, and like Gojo, where Luffy's like energy meter is longer than Bam's, but he burns through it quicker. You hear what I'm saying? So I do think if Bam's MP is 300, Luffy's MP is 700. But Bam's efficiency and like using like he uses less energy than Luffy does. That's kind of how I see it. I think trading blows with Caliban is a great feat of strength. Did he trade blows? You talk about when he fought him with Karaka or on the last station, just to be specific. Just so I know. Just let me know. Let that nigga know. Oh no, the Foxfire thing probably has to happen too. By the way, I read this earlier today because I was doing some stuff for the Kubera for some Kubera videos. I didn't know that Lee I forgot I either forgot or couldn't remember that Lees could eat poison mushrooms and not get hurt. So can she like kind of resist poison? So he's 700 MP me, but his big moves cost more than Bam's with Karaka. Okay. All right, that's fair. Because I remember him like punching anything and breaking a big structure or lifting something crazy and launching it of the sort like that. But he has very like massive attack. By the way, this is what I was talking about. So this is what I meant here. So you see right here, only of the feelings I've ever seen is kind of like Goku. So he comes, he eats the poison, hits him with a jet mace. Then Caesar puts like the thing on him and it explodes. And, oh, actually, he hit him here. So he hits him the first time. I guess he missed the second time. Then I actually forgot this. Okay, so he hits him the first time. Then he wraps himself around Straw Hat and explodes. And then Luffy was like right behind him here, like, oh shit, that was close. And then he hits him with a jet stamp. I'm like, that's kind of fucking crazy because the shit's on you. It's instantaneous. I didn't remember the first one hitting him though. Okay, so never mind. If we both know if Karak wasn't CBL, CBL wasn't gonna lose. Facts. What chapter did Chandra go into Taraka mode? Fuck, I don't remember. Okay, and what about endurance or durability, if you will? Like Bam's best feat of like durability, taking a hit, getting back up, and not like when he fake heals. So I'm not talking about like post fighting White, then absorbing White's power, and I feel like that just restored all of his mana and healed him. Like where he had to like use willpower and he's bleeding. It's not doesn't really happen often, but you have to try. It's probably, in my opinion, Della Jihad. I guess it might have been the hardest fight, maybe against White. But what do you guys think? See, the White one's weird because when he got cut, I don't know if he reversed. It looked like he reversed the damage using what's his name again? Arya. You know, Arya had that weird time manipulation, and he like rewound. He was like rewinding time. Like I don't know if that counts. So that might be hard to pinpoint. But if you guys can remember anything, let me know. I have like a million different mugs. This is the greatest cartoon of all time. Shout out to Peanuts, man. This Cowabunga tea go crazy. You skip my message. We're going to balance at least. My fault. I'm sorry. Where the fuck was that? Going back. In the chat? Or you mean like when did you say this? I don't see it in chat. How come it's not there? I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Scrolling. Can you repeat it, please? Can you just repeat it? I'm sorry. I don't see it. And I think this is the beginning of the chat. I don't know why I don't see it. They snaked you. Leeds versus Bam. If Essay is writing, Bam obviously wins. If Curry Gum writing, Bam still wins because she likes to make Lee suffer. I believe in Kubera Lees, or I believe in her. She's got win conditions for sure. That's all I'm saying. But that'll be fun to do too. That'll be fun to do as well. But all right. What's Bam's like personality or mentality in a fight? Would you agree he's more passive and not like aggro, so to speak, or bloodlusted, unless he's in the dark? You know what I didn't know. I was rereading some of the White versus Bam stuff to get some like panels and all of White's moves for the Zoro fight. They call it a dark twist. officially online webtoons. Not a dark change, a dark twist. And I was like, interesting. That brother Bam getting put in the blender by Elise, by the way. We gonna talk about it. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's super one sided, but I do think she has a lot of win conditions. It's gonna be fun. Oh my god, they Sorry, I was reading something. I don't know. It's also sometimes it's hard to calculate how fast these characters are going without like a small statement here or there. Comics are probably a little bit better at doing this because they like to be like a little hyperbolic. Where it's like when Flash saves a whole city from an explosion, they'll be like he moved at 0.1 something nanoseconds, and I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck is that? And I Google it, and it's like 1/100 billionth of a second. And I'm like, god damn, that nigga fast. If Whiteley comes, it's Owadi Owadi Dajo. It's Jover. Would you guys say Bam has killer instinct? Same with Luffy. Um, I th- the only like time that I feel like Bam was close to something like that was fighting White, the dark change, the dark twist. He seemed to be in a trance and he wanted to murder White, but then he ended up absorbing his power. I argue that maybe he realized taking White's power from him would hurt him more. So maybe he did that, but no, I don't think Luffy's like a bloodlusted killer instinct type character. He mostly just kind of beats you and moves on. Luffy, if with the right motivation is, though you could obviously he doesn't end up killing his character, he beats your ass, but Luffy's a lot more aggressive and aggro and he's an ape. He's gonna go straight in, he's gonna throw punches. He's coming at you. And Luffy isn't like Goku, really. He doesn't really hold back like that. He tends to go all out kind of immediately. Um, even think Kaido, he burnt himself out very quick in fourth gear and then decided to kind of pace himself better. He has a tendency to kind of go all out. He doesn't really hold back. Like Goku likes to play tickle butt. I want to go. I'm gonna go suppress the base, full base. Kaioken, SSJ, SSJ2, SSJ3, God, Blue, Omen, Master Doll. Like Goku likes to do that. He doesn't really. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he went bloodlust with Caliban. Did he? Yes, yeah, he was kind of screaming and going crazy after we heard Hajin song. Yeah, okay, so two times, then, so two times, two times. Now, Bam saw Rack and Kun were trash. So we needed to steal some juice to bring some. He said, y'all needs his help." By the way, I didn't. I guess I didn't. I don't know this for sure. Did Bam burn all the billion souls or like a portion of them? Because I'm trying to discern if he used up all the souls or there's still souls in him plus the crown he took from White, or is he replacing the souls with the crown he took from White? Do you guys have any insight into that? What do you guys think? Because when I was kind of research, cause I've already been collecting panels and stuff and researching and getting the stuff for the video ready. Um, when I was reading it, the Blue Thressa demon was saying that they were rushing towards it to get revenge on White. I'm like, did he burn all of it? So you think he still has reserve? Okay. You think he has like a million left type beat? I don't remember to be honest. Okay, well, I don't remember if I have the panel on my computer. Just give me a sec. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. I already forgot what I was looking for to be honest. Oh no, I don't got it there. I don't see it here. Yeah, no, I don't see it. But yeah, I'll pull it up later. Actually, I did favorite something. Maybe I favorited it. I favorited a bunch of chapters because you guys don't like to report it and scroll through sometimes. Does a million matter? To be honest, you're gonna get more power than all those souls. It's true. It's true. And he like feels bad using them, if I remember correctly. I already forgot what I was looking for. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Let me see. Jesus Christ, my brain. Downloads. No, where the fuck are the bookmarks? There we go. Taking a gander. I don't think I saved that chapter. He retained the super secret 12 great spirits of the soul force. Each one is like 10 million souls. He kept all the blue hole souls. Hmm. Do you guys think it would have made a big deal if White absorbed Bam's soul? Like he would have got some type of a regular boost? Because I'm not sure I'm convinced that would have been enough. Let's see. It should be around here. This feels about right. This is because this is when things start to pick up, if I remember correctly. No? Damn, man, I swear I used to be good at this. Like finding, I could always find what chapter quickly, but I guess. Oh no, I found it. There we go. Boom. So right here, right? So this is like Bam's like inner anime Kurama whatever the fuck world. There's like the red Thressa, Hell Joe, whatever the fuck over there. There's the blue Thressa, and these are like all the souls. And he's like how is it wait the fuck the souls that were hiding in Abyss are climbing up in groups. Is it to get revenge against whites who killed them? Probably not. It's not to get eaten up by a completely bigger power. They keep climbing. So I wasn't so it looks like he I don't know if he burnt them all up or whatever, but just something to point out. Does Bam have his exoskeleton thing from season two, or is that a one and done, never mentioned again? I haven't seen it since. I remember talking about this is when when Wagner hits him with the antimatter Shinsu bomb and that white skeleton thing. But I think it was to host the Thorn. That was his point. So maybe after we got his first Thorn fragment, it didn't need to be shown again. But I don't remember seeing it since the beginning of season two, since he was JVG. I don't remember seeing it again. If anyone remembers another time, let me know. He probably would have gotten the irregular power, like how Bam was supposed to get melted into the Thorn. 1,000% white absorbing a regular would be insane. He would be family head level or close. Interesting. During that time, I thought White was gonna get his soul, but then he'd be overwritten by Bam's soul. Bama. Is that a Bam cylinder? I didn't see him in the Kurama scape, whatever you want to call it. I didn't see him. I also don't even see like the other this I don't know where the thorn fragments go, but maybe because he's using one, it's not in there. But yeah, I just see the Thressa, the souls, and the blue demon. So I wonder where does Leviathan fit in all of that? Where's Leviathan at? Where is he? But it is what it is. What did you guys think of the video though? If you watched the whole thing, did you? Because I think I could do better with it. I think I could do a lot better. I'm going to do a lot better, but good start. That's the longest video I've ever edited. From the standpoint of I did all the visuals. Like sometimes I listen to something and I might skip it, but that's the longest. Like 28 minutes is the longest video I've edited like all the footage for. I think prior to that it was about 20 for the crocodile video. If Bam is not the level of family head yet, does does White absorbing him make that time be enough to match them? I don't know how it even works because like does he just absorb it and get stronger, or does he have to burn it? And if he burns it, how long does it last? Does it go away? Is it because of the regular soul? It never gets unburned. It just the fire stays lit forever. It's hard to say. To be fair, if Bam ever looked like he was about to lose to White, and Ryu might have stepped up at that point. I don't know. I don't. I have no reason to believe that's true. To be honest, I have no reason to believe that. I have no idea where Enryu is, what his motivations are. I know he made the thorn fragments and everything, but I don't know if I believe that because there's other times where I don't know. Interesting though. The video was cool. Good start. Okay, I'm trying. It's not really my wheelhouse because you can see how reserved me and Pat were. Like I'm not like a okay, so boom. Bam is multiversal 3D 605 times massively faster. I don't talk like that. That's not how I go. So I just try to be reasonable, like, all right, this looks pretty fast. He caught him off guard. He closed the gap in like 2 seconds or something. So, it it's true because Bam has the power of the protagonist. He'll never die. I don't like that argument. I don't like that argument because I don't believe that's true. That just depends on it depends on the storyteller or the writing. Bam is strong also because Shinsu work a different way for him. So having just his power, I don't think White would be as strong as him. Fair enough. Yo, what's up? Bam low diff. Fair enough. The thing about White absorbing Bam is that if he did, there would technically be no ceiling in terms of how strong White could be. It's almost like an impossible feat. So like, what you're saying is if he does that, it basically increases his ceiling, his plateau. Like if he can only become, let's say, top 60, absorbing Bam gives him the ability to become top 30. Okay, that's interesting. You still gotta be belligerent sometimes, though. I'll try. I'll definitely do it with the Cabrera ones. But yeah, you know me. I'm a calm, cool, collected guy. Good video. I'm glad you put thought into it without going Uber, Ultra, Universal, Masterly plus Maximum, and Knuckles plus Dante from Devil May Cry series. Yeah, that's not how I talk. That's not how I don't pixel scale. I don't do none of that shit. So you have to go elsewhere for that. But if you want rational, calm, reserved, with a little bit of unhindery, this is the place to come to. So, what does it mean to absorb Bam though? Would he become one of the clones or just absorb raw power? Well, the idea is that he would absorb Bam's soul. So I don't know what that does. Can Bam move without a soul? I don't know. If it's raw power, White could have died trying to absorb him. Oh, so you're saying it's kind of like what's it? What was that guy in Dragon Ball Z who fought Goku on Boo's ship and Goku like gave him too much power and he like blew up? You're saying like White's body wouldn't be able to handle um Bam's soul and like dies. Yakan. I almost said I was gonna say Pui Pui or Kui Kui. I'm like that's not him. That's a Frieza nigga. But okay, that makes sense. And that's also happened somewhat in the Natsu no Taizai when that bitch tried to eat a scanner soul and it burned her and it went back to him. She couldn't eat a soul. So yeah, I think he wanted to absorb his absorption ability. Okay, similar to Ren. The Similar to Ren then. Okay, all right. Let me. Okay, what was a lot? Is there anything else? Okay. So we talked about Bam's greatest feat of speed, power, durability. What are Bam's most dangerous and his best techniques in your opinion? Like what are like his transcendentals or whatever? Like what are the moves that like you do not want to get hit by this? Because I brought it up in the video where I was saying like, are there any moves that like Luffy can use against Bam or Bam can use against Luffy? Like if you get hit by this cleanly, it's dangerous for you. Stardust, black hole sphere plus orb combination. Okay. Stardust. Makes sense. Cutlery. Well, yeah. Piercing attack. That makes sense. Shinsu black hole. Cutlery. Yeah. When Charlie was gonna die. Reverse flow control. We brought that up. Like fast skip. I brought it up. The conclusion that I came to is it worked the first time, like the way that it works against other people, like it stopped him momentarily, they'd be shocked. But I think Luffy's too physically strong to be held in place long enough for it to be like super consequential. Black Shinsu Rain. What does that do again? Does it act like acid? Like it burns away? I think it burned through White's clothes, but I don't remember if it burned through White's skin. But he did put up a barrier, so okay. The Black Shinsu Rain, the Black Shinsu regular orb, reverse flow control, utility wise, and cutlery. Kind of like rot. Okay, cause slow. Okay, that's fair. What the fuck was I gonna say? I think one thing I wish I harped on more. I forgot to circle back to it in the video when we talked about it. I do think I don't know that Bam would be able to learn conquerors or have or has conquerors or learn armament hockey, but I have this inclination that he'd learn mantra. Like can observation hockey is something that I feel like he could pick up because he's already kind of has a good idea. He's really adept at reading attacks already. He did this versus White. This is why he could dodge REA swordsmanship, and I remember him doing it against Bagarov too. So I feel like he's already and if Jihad can see like destiny and fate into the future, and Kel Helm can kind of do this, I don't see why Bam wouldn't be able to learn that in due time. What do you guys think about that? The attack he did on Calivan's arm. Okay, that's like I think that was Shinwan. You don't remember the teleporting arrows. We brought up. I brought up the possibility and scenario that Bam hits Luffy with a teleport to the ocean, but I don't know that Bam would figure out that Devil Fruit users are weak to seawater. So I kind of dismissed it, but that move's dangerous. Can't Bam just use the second thumb to make the Shinsu density extreme and slow down Luffy? The second thorn fragment isn't that teleportation though? Unless you're talking about him when he's exuding the power of an administrator to control like the flow of energy and whatnot. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think Bam could do real Kushiki if he sees it. I agree with that. To your point about Luffy being strong enough to be held in one place whilst Bam performs reverse flow control, could you also possibly be saying that Luffy's body is stronger than the essence of slavery, Caliban? That's hard to say. Cause it'd be nice to have like a statement of like stronger than diamond or something like that reinforced, but I personally don't believe that. I believe Luffy's strong enough to hurt Caliban with physical punches. Yes. Luffy also got the blunt force trauma bypass where the way that I framed it in the video was that I made Shinsu and Haki not equal and work the same, but it's like if I have anybody fight Luffy from any universe, whether it's Naruto, whether it's Bleach, whether it's um Tower of God, if you don't quote your attacks in your universe's natural energy, it's not going to hurt him. It's just blunt force trauma. Physical attacks do not hurt him. So I said as long as Bam is using Shinsu or Shinsu reinforcement, his physical attacks would hurt Luffy. If not, it wouldn't work. So that's kind of how I see it. You know how Hinata has like those dragons she puts around her hands when she was fighting pain or whatever? And I think in the movie she did it. Like those attacks would hurt Luffy. But if you're not using chakra flow properly or whatever, you're not gonna hurt him. It's not you'll blow him back. His head might go like, ooh, and snap back into place, but it's not gonna do any damage. So he's weirdly different like that. And plus his mythical plus he's a Zoan and he's an awakened mythical Zoan now. He's even more tough. He's more durable now. Kaido said he's constantly using the color of armament and conqueror's hockey, which we've seen be able to completely negate the power of attacks. Like if you can't use it, you just don't hurt them the way that Big Mom and Kaido did it. And I forgot the last part I was gonna say. I totally forgot the last part. Oh, he now has a bit of a healing factor and more endurance. The jail Crocodile had said from the time in Impel Down with the Jailer Beast that if you're in Awakened Zone, you basically heal faster and get up quicker. So keep that in mind. Gear 5 did kind of up a lot of his regular stats and everything. So you have to keep that in mind too. And all things considered, no one's been able to actually slice off a part of Luffy's body, which I think is a testament to his willpower in conjunction with his arm and hockey. So yeah. Of course, save the tower. Jesus, 25th son of God, Bam could see the future. I don't think he'd learn hockey, but I think he'd copy like the principal effect, like Ryoyu. He shoots you into the body for internal damage instead of armament. I like that idea. That makes sense to me. Okay. I think they're talking about what he did to the snake, but that could only be because Bam and the snake were in an enclosed space. Oh, okay. I remember that. I remember that he did do that to like slow them down so he can cut them and stuff. That's interesting. Okay, I don't see why that wouldn't work on Luffy, but how do you guys see that playing out? Like, how much energy does that take from Bam? As much as Bam comes across as having infinite energy, it's he can get tired. It's not like he doesn't get tired, but you know that's interesting. And I actually forgot about that. I wish I brought it up. But you know what I want to do though? Honestly, I did this mostly as a test to put it out there to see how it will do. But I plan on revisiting this one. When I revisit it, I'll either do one or two things. I'll revisit it the moment Bam goes all out and I finally know what he looks like at the peak of his power at that point. Or I'll do something similar to what I'm gonna do with the White and Zoro fight. I'll do it by phases or stages. So maybe like season one Bam versus East Blue Luffy. Then like Jovial Grace versus like Gear Second Luffy. Then like Bam later in season two, maybe True Self mode versus Luffy at the end of the time skip. Then post time skip Luffy. Like I'm thinking about finding ways to do them in phases, so at least it's not super. I saw I think his name is Swag Kage. I told you I've been kind of looking at these videos to study up how to like do this. I saw him do this with what character was it that he did it with? But he did it like phases. So he did like What am I blanking? I've watched his video, but you know what I mean though. Like he did like part one Naruto versus Sasuke or like beginning series, then like one chakra tail versus the three little things in the eye, then like post time skip, but then like at the end of the series when they got the handouts from Ninja Jesus. So I think that can work for a lot of these fights to make them a little more interesting. I'm gonna do that for Zoro versus White though. What's up, Abda? Was Naruto versus Sasuke all versions? Okay, maybe it was that one. Yeah, yeah. I can't remember, but yeah. So I think that could work for a lot of these videos too. So it'll be fun and interesting. But it seems to be well received, all things considered. Some people are angry or mad that I even did it, but yeah, what can you really do? What can you really do? I'm gonna read some of the comments at some point too. Let me go newest first and scroll down to the bottom. Yeah, let's read some comments. Click I haven't responded off. Newest first again. Okay, boom. Why was they mad? I have noticed this for the last 10 years for whatever reason, and don't get it twisted. I've gotten heated in like power scaling debates, but when people like a show, like let's say I'm doing Gojo versus I don't know fucking Kenpachi or some shit, and I'm a JJK stan, feel like a lot of fandoms and fan bases feel insulted when you're saying their favorite character from their favorite verse can't beat this character. They get like it's almost like you like said, your mom's a hoe, like or something like that. Like I like insulted their mother. They take it very personally. And I've noticed this a long time ago when I'd always tell people Goku's not beating Superman, and they get fucking real life mad, angry. I'm like, what is this? This is unhinged. So yeah. How much do you take personality into account? I actually think it's a very big deal, personally speaking. I didn't remember to bring it up, but I'm gonna structure these better because I'm doing a little bit of forward research because Pat and I kind of did it on the spot. I'm looking at the wikis, I'm rereading arcs and stuff like that. So like I'll be better research for this, but the day that I started taking personality to effect was Aizen. When Aizen got the whole Gyoku, he stopped dodging attacks, which ended up being his downfall, which is why Urahara was able to seal him at the end after Mugetsu, blah, blah, yada, yada. So I'm like, also, I'm thinking like, that's the funniest power scaling video ever. The JoJo one with the rat. Jotaro beat a vampire, but a rat beat Jotaro. So the rat could beat. Anyways, but yeah. Jotaro caught it to analyze what happened, and his hand started to melt because I guess he's a marine biologist. I don't know, scientist. Josuke dodged it, and I think things like that matter. Are you the type of person to take an attack like Kenpachi, like Kaido, or move out the way? So I do think those things matter. The same way I think flight matters. If one character can fly and the other one can't, I think that completely changes the dynamic of the fight. I think it matters. That's why I brought up the Luffy, like Geppo, Skywalk, plus the Looney Tune Gear Fifth, like cartoon air run with Bam's ability to fly now with the wings and the blue ore. So yeah. Why wouldn't Bam not be able to pick up an armament and Luffy on Shinsu? I don't know. The only two things I've seen Luffy assimilate kind of immediately was kind of Soru and Geppo. I don't know, but I feel like Shinsu reinforcement works similar to arm and hockey. Anyways, you use Shinsu to harden your body part so it doesn't like so you can take attacks. So they have a similar application if we're being honest. How can people be mad over a video about fictional characters? Unemployment, boredom is killing people. Yeah, plus a lot of these guys are kids, like teenagers, so they're whatever. I won't lie, I'm prone to be defensive about characters I like, but I like to hear what is said first. Don't y'all know if my favorite character is stronger than yours? He's better. Android 19 is way better than Bulma, of course. Bulma's the GOAT, man. Let's read some comments. Let's see. So someone did the thing where it's like, can Bam even use Shinsu outside of the tower? And I said, I'm assuming for this fight they can. Then someone said Rachel, obviously, or Luffy if he catches Bam off guard when he isn't accustomed to him. For now, because I don't know all what Bam can do, I'm gonna side with Luffy. He's done more. CBL, CBL. You told us a long time ago not to pick against Bam, so I'm taking Bam. I've seen Luffy lose fights. I can't remember the last time I saw Bam taken out. Someone said it's a silly argument. Goku was taking many L's, but he still clapped multiple Isekai characters who hasn't. I mostly agree with the points made in the video. Luffy is faster and can take more damage, but Bam is a better hand-to-hand fighter, has more abilities, and can fight from a distance without using his body. Let's actually talk about that for a second. Do you guys agree that Bam is the better tech fighter from a technique standpoint? Like Luffy's a brawler. He throws his body at you, head, arms. He might try to fucking bite you, fingers, fucking tate. Like he's a brawler. He's an experienced fighter because he's been fighting for a really long time. But Bam was trained by Hodgin Sung, a technician. Then before he pulled up on Daniel and those guys for the Hell Train, he went to all of those different martial arts dojos to learn different martial arts techniques and whatnot. Right. So I do think from a like parry and like proper uppercut, palm, blah blah blah. Bam's the better fighter, but Luffy's much more athletic. If that makes sense. Do you guys agree with that? So yeah, you would say so. Okay. Don't know if you all agree with that though. Yeah, actually trained his technique. Luffy never do that. He's more skilled. That's kind of what I'm going with. Like he's more skilled. But I made the argument in the video that that could sometimes work against you. I brought up me getting hit by a Falcon Punch in neutral playing Smash Brothers because nobody fucking does that. Nobody does that. And it hit me and I lost a stock. And I'm like, how did that hit me? Why do I suck? And when I play Pokemon with some people, this is back in like 2013 when I tried to take it seriously. What I said was basically this: let's say I'm playing against you and you've been a fucking showdown, fucking VGC, whatever the fuck it's called, Smogon Pokemon player, so you just know certain things. You throw out a Blastoise, I throw out a Charizard. You're thinking, okay, switch to something, maybe switch to this or that, blah blah blah. I'm an ape. I'm clicking Fire Blast, whether you switch or don't. I don't give a fuck. That used to mess with a lot of people that I know who were real Pokemon players. I could beat them like 4 out of 10 times because I do shit that they're not accustomed to seeing because it's illogical. If that makes sense. So I was wondering if maybe Luffy not being a traditional fighter could throw him off, but it's something I brought up. So yeah. Technically Bam has about 10 years of experience under his belt. Yeah, but Luffy's experience most of the time is experience, but I guess that's a fair point. Even though years in the tower are shorter than real life years, I guess I didn't think about that. You might be right because he's much older character. I forgot about that. That's actually I might have to make that correction. To get that correction when we do round two. Good point. The biggest mystery is how hard can Bam Shinwan Ryu hit? We have yet to see any attack that stopped it outside of other Shinwan Ryu attacks. Where I think every time he's used it, it's hurt someone to some degree, whether it's caused a small crack, a little incision where someone can use. So yeah, tier list images all gathered and list made, a template rather. Already? Oh man, you didn't even wait for me? Okay, shit. He trained with Jin Song, then trained with multiple masters between season 3 and yeah, exactly. He's a better fighter. Half of Deadpool fights in the comics are people going gaff, so unpredictable. That's fair. Off topic, but that Gojo overpowered Dynamite video was fire. Not seeing YouTubers offer that kind of perspective. I appreciate that. I thought that was a good video too, but obviously I didn't really edit the visuals crazy. So, but yeah, Fireball, flamethrower on the Blastoise is crazy, dog. I'm a monk, bro. You could throw a fucking a Greninja. I throw a Blastoise. I'm hitting Hydro Pump. I don't give a fuck. I am an ape. Did the Blastoise burn? I didn't use Scald. Let me just after I've been drinking a lot of water and tea. Let me just pee. I'll be right back. I gotta tinkle. Okay, I'm back. I missed the toilet. I hit the wall, bro. Huh? Because that would be funny. No, it didn't burn. I don't think it burned. But my point is that like I don't play that game logically. But I ruined Pokemon for myself the day I learned Pokemon was literally just math and probability. It's just probability, and I just never had. That was a decade ago. But hey, when Shofu dropped that cipher, I'm in there. WDFA. I said, damn, bro. Did you run? The bathroom's right there. It's right there. And I forced out the stream, so to speak. Let me okay, anyways, let's just get into detail. Um, what else did I want to bring up? For people who watched the video, do you think there was anything really important I forgot to mention? I feel like I should have harped a bit more on the Shinsu acid like rot rain, the black orb when he fought White and that mode more. Um, I talked about the Black Marge being able to kind of regulate Bam's power output so he's using it efficiently too. I felt like there's some points I should have harped on, but like I told you, this is the first one we're kind of doing like this. Plus, me and him kind of did it on the spot, so I do think it was a good launching off point for me to learn how to do better. But yeah, this man didn't wash his hands. Hey, yo, that's crazy. Always wash your hands. What is this? I don't think the acid rain was an attack in my opinion, but White did put up a barrier. But okay, that's fair. That's fair. But I did run though. I did put pep in my step. I think it was condensation of Shinsu from the Shinsu cloud. Yeah, he made those little things and it was coming down. Oh, you think it's not part of the orb? But yeah, but like it looked like it was going through his clothes a little bit. But I'm just bringing it up because let's keep going though. I'm glad we agree on that. Let's see what else people said. I don't know who to win, but enjoyed the video. Appreciate you, algorithm. I told you guys to drop any suggestions. I'll repeat it again. If there's any in-universe matches or cross-universe matches, obviously stick with like series that I talk about for the most part that you want to see. Let me know. Let me know. Low killed me because he said Luffy not cut off the One Piece. I just don't like Bam. That shit was hilarious. I literally laughed out loud when I read that. Someone said outside the tower, baby Bam, if you can get punched down a lot, Luffy's will is deadly. Inside the tower, Luffy would be an OP irregular, especially with the Devil Fruit. I'm betting on Bam, but down in Luffy's hands sounds wild. I guess I didn't check a place or anything like that, so that's fair. Don't forget, Luffy needed mad help with Kaido. Plus, Luffy isn't good with piercing attacks. The thing about it is, I think in the one fight where Luffy actually got really hurt by like a piercing technique or slashing technique, if you will, out of like Katakuri, he fought for hours after the fact. Despite the fact, like literally right here, my man is missing part of his. It's gone. It's bleeding out, and he's still fighting. Like this is why I was. This is why I brought up I brought up this that like Bam is tough. Bam is not weak or frail by any stretch of the imagination, but he's not Luffy. Luffy's not normal, bro. The shit he gets up from is crazy. So yeah. Where was I at? The Dark Shinsu net was crazy too. Yep. Probably the Thorns and Black March piercing. They kind of restore his MP when he does it. Now Shanks versus Erect Mazzino. I could write that down. I'm out of that. This ad spam is killing me. I'm sorry. Twitch stink. Bam with the Black March. Okay. The Black March. I don't. I don't. The Black March. I feel will be good for his power regulation, but I don't know that that needle is like. I don't even know if it's hitting Luffy, but again, it's interesting. I thought this conversation is interesting. I think when we release it, it's gonna be fun. Um, appreciate you, Abdul. There you go. There you go. There you go. Go. I have no more ads for you for a month. There you go. I appreciate you, man. The gecko ad was kind of funny. Don't know if I missed it, but are these versus videos going to be a new thing for you? I just want to kind of implement them into the channel moving forward. It's not going to be like I stop analyzing characters and chapters and I only do power scaling, but I'm thinking like maybe twice a month, 3 times a month, you'll get one video that's power scaling related. That's all. Right now, what I'm thinking is you get your live reaction and discussion Sunday. Monday would be the Kubera live reaction discussion. And then like that gives me more time to make Kubera and like Tower of God videos, like actual videos. So I think for the last 3 weeks I've been putting out some type of Tower of God video. I did the power in the tower. I figured it out. I did the Rachel is a Demon, the Menace Unleashed. Like I've been putting out like a topical Tower God video for the week. Then I do one about a concept, a topic that's near and dear to my heart that I care about. Then maybe like a power scaling. So I just want to kind of implement them into the series. That's all. Into the channel. Because I decided that what I'm gonna do with the video essays, the long ones, I'm gonna make it its own channel. Yama versus Yama, I kind of like that. We'll see what I can do with that. Even though that dog, that mutt, kind of getting dog walked, as they say. But yeah, 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 I'm in there. Abdel saved my life. But yeah, now I got like 6 people that I don't know what to do with for the list that we can discuss when I show you the thing. All right. Full power Yasuo versus Beerus. Who's the strongest cat? Me and Glab definitely said Beerus versus Shiva. Hakai versus a race in existence. Shiva got it on lock though. Buggy versus Hercule too. We should have some funny gag ones too, for sure. Absolutely. Stuff like that. I like that idea. I like that idea. We should do something like that too. Agni versus a Vankel. Vankel literally getting cooked. You love to see it. I could let my Vankel slander just rain down. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Okay, let's flip the script now for a second. Let's go through Luffy. First thing I want to talk about is what techniques or moves does Luffy have that is extremely dangerous to get hit by in Bam's case? Is it the new move he used on Kizaru that hit him in his head? Is it the shit he hit Doflamingo with that kind of fucking caved in Dressrosa when he hit the ground? Kongun, Kongun, the shit he finished off like what you call it? Katakuri with King Cobra? Is it just like, advanced the fuck the Conqueror's attacks? Like what attacks does Bam have that is super dangerous? Is it the big punch that he used against Kaido? Like what can Luffy hit Bam with? It's like you do not want to get hit with this. This is dangerous for you, my boy. Red Hawk. Cobalt versus Law? Yo, hold on. So why you want to hurt me? Black Mamba. You said talk no jutsu. Luffy don't talk. Bajaran gun. Okay. Red Hawk. Black Mamba. Okay. I'm not mad at that. You said Snake Man. Well, Snake Man's a form. What move specifically Snake Man? Though I do think Snake Man might throw Bam off with the twists and turns and the bouncing off and the increasing speed of his attacks. And it's possible Luffy could maybe weave his arms through some of the attacks, but definitely the new move he Kizaru with. I don't even know how you defend against that. Okay, yeah. Me and Power laughing in the video because we're like, you Kizaru got hit with that. I said, bro, I need a minute. My head, bro. Like, yo, what the fuck happened? My head. Oh, Baojang is a Kaido one. Oh, my bad. My fault. My fault. King Gong, Gatling gun from that movie. What about King Kong gun? That was funny. Thank you for touching on the White Star gun. I don't think some people are grasping the core concept of it. You getting punched in the damn brain, you not getting up. I don't care who you are. He said catchy laughter. Yeah, that one was crazy because when he got hit with it, he said this is not good. And then Luffy burned out. I said, oh shit. Oh no, no, no. So yeah. Because the thing that interests me the most with this is like, okay, so I'm Bam. Luffy's coming at me in 5th gear. I send an orb at him, or like an orb tension, boom. Luffy just picks the ground up and reflects it back towards Bam, or could he swing on it and rubberize it the same way he did lightning? He caught lightning, threw it at Kaido, then he started swinging around and bouncing around it like it's a stripper pole or like a fucking ping pong. Like he did that with like an energy, a force of nature, lightning. So I'm like, I don't have any reason right now not to believe it wouldn't work against something else, but I don't know the limitations of that or how it works really. That nigga also ate a light beam. Kizaru shot a beam of light and Luffy just ate it. Like literally. Not like tanked it, ate like yummy. And I was like, huh? Like I don't I don't know how some of this stuff will interact with Gear 5th, but I still think Bam's best win condition is to let Luffy burn himself out using his gears, his moves, his he just likes to really, really go all out when he fights and attacks. And then When he's burnt out, he's free. Get the cutlery out. Boom, cutlery. There, you know. So I think that's one of his easiest and best win conditions. Kind of do what Doflamingo did: stall out fourth gear and then try to get him after the fact. What about Bam turning into Shinshu against Tiara? Here's the thing about that. That looked like a byproduct of Bam somehow copying the scenario that Tiara wrote. I don't know if that Bam could just do that, but maybe from now on he can. And he did do that time manipulation thing when he revived himself and Arya when her head got cut off. I don't know if he could still do that because he hasn't done it yet. He hasn't done it since. But a one time thing, I don't know. Hard to say. He gave Kizaru CTE. This dude Zoro had every bone in his body broken, still got his strongest attack off, yet alone move. Magic mink drugs. If he can do that from now on, he's gonna be a menace. Yeah. Um. We could be after this we could talk a little bit about that. That the next one I'm going to be doing. I might do it with Pat again. I was thinking maybe with Milios. I'll see, but maybe next time I won't do one where we kind of argue on behalf of a character. The reason I did it with Pat this time because he wasn't all the way caught up. He kind of stopped around the white fight, so I had to do some heavy lifting for Bam. So maybe I'll just have a general discussion where nobody is supposed to side with the character necessarily, but just kind of talk about it generally speaking. So should be fun. I might ask Joe if he's up to do one of these. If we keep it in universe and don't spoil stuff. We'll see. Ban's personality of never actually trying in a fight might be his demise against Luffy. So he loses before he gets serious, essentially. So like before going into like the dark twist mode or dark change mode or whatever you want to call it or true self mode, he gets put down. This is kind of like a win condition I say sometimes when like somebody they're fighting the Hulk, you want to beat the Hulk before he gets too pissed off, right? That makes sense. That Kasak video for Kaido needs to just be the two of us jumping Kaido. Fight back, nigga! Fight back! Fight back! We just have like, yeah. I don't think he gets into full power mode. Interesting. Okay, that works for me. Um, I was saying like Luffy has to kind of overwhelm him with his physicality because I think a lot of Luffy's like punches hurt a lot now, especially with the addition of Ryoyu, advanced Conqueror's Hockey, and if he makes it big like Gear Third or something, like it's dangerous. Because like I still don't think people realize how crazy it was that he had Dressrosa cave in like that when he punched Doflamingo through the fucking ground. And Luffy has done crazy shit really early in the series, like be extremely tired, having lost a crocodile twice, lost blood, losing blood because he's using blood to hit crocodile at the moment, being poisoned, got dehydrated, and punched that nigga up through bedrock. Like, I don't think people really realize how crazy some of that shit is. Like, that's why I've said that's why for me, it was no contest. Physically, Bam is Luffy's inferior. I don't know how big the gap is, but Bam has no feats like that. And Luffy on Drum Island was carrying Sanji on a sick Nami up a fucking frigid ass cliff. Like these are incredibly crazy physical feats of endurance and willpower. He's got two people, one in his mouth, one on his back. He's cold, he's not in a jacket, and he's climbing up a fucking mountain in the winter. Like this shit is wild. Like you have to remember that stuff. Like I'm probably bringing up things you haven't thought about in years, but that stuff is crazy. Bam doesn't have shit like that. Usopp versus Rack. Someone said Usopp versus Chopper. I said be for real. I'll think about that one. Um, how the mascot characters fight Rock versus Chopper. Yes, that's what someone said. But I'll do it. Shit. Medicine out. New Rumble Ball. Come on, baby. Kung Fu Wacha versus the Mad Shocker. It'd be kind of fun. I could do that. I don't know how long these will always be, by the way. They might range anywhere from like 20 to 40 minutes, depending on how much we talk, but could do that. It'd be cool too to have some group battles too. Like or even like more than two people talking about it, the one person, like four of us talking about like a battle royale or something. So yeah. I'm gonna DM you this prelim image to give you an idea on court. By the way, all right, I'll open it up. So okay, then no Chopper has a good shot. I just said be for real because I was just like, I don't want to talk about Chopper fighting. That's Chopper feats. Z Warriors versus Bam regular team. Oof, we don't want to do that. Goku by himself. The team battles will never get in TOG. You hate to see it. We need those though. We need those position fights. I was thinking like, cause I was thinking to myself, cause I was also doing another video, cause I was getting some panels for it with Reborn, and I was thinking about the four-way battle with Zanzis, Fawn, Hibari, and like Squallow. And I'm like, we could cook up something pretty special like this. Like I don't know, like Bam, Luffy, Lee, something like I don't know. So we'll think though, but most of this stuff will start to be implemented into the new year. But the three that I brought up today will be out this year. You can have Bam and Luffy swap opponents at different points in the story. Okay. Bam versus Crocodile, Luffy versus Dala Jihad, etc. Oh, that's interesting. Somebody, my friend told me to do Gar versus Crocodile. I'm like, I have to look up Gar feats. I don't remember. I don't remember what Gar can do. He kind of just fold his arm and sand go everywhere. Top of the verse, King of Kings, first king, upper Nasica, fifth stage Rakshasa, upper fourth stage Rakshasa, average fourth stage, lower third stage. Okay. Well, we want to cook with this tier list. I might even edit this too, like properly. All right, we're gonna cook with that. Probably do that like what? Maybe what? What's a good day for that? Tuesday you do D&D, right? Like maybe next Wednesday or something. The man is made out of shit that Gara controls. Does that mean that Gara could just un, un Crocodile just walk in, a guard just puts him in his gourd? I don't know. I don't know, man. It'd be funny though. Bam and Pete Gunhard versus Luffy and Goku. Oh, you want to do some different team ups like that? Okay. I also gotta get some comic book. What did somebody say to me? Sora versus Bam. I was like, oh, someone brought up a video game character. I didn't think about that. Luckily, he brought up Kingdom Hearts, something I know a lot about, so I can do that without much research. But yeah, we said tomorrow, but I don't know if that still works. Oh, did we? I thought we were setting up today and tomorrow, not streaming it tomorrow. But okay, I'll be home. I guess you can make me work on my weekend, bro. Can I wait till Wednesday? We'll see how I feel tomorrow. You said yes, shish. All right, fine. All right, back to the comments. Let's see. Bam wins regardless. The red Thresser cut Luffy one time and fights done. I think that's a disingenuous argument, personally speaking. Like make an actual scenario case. If Luffy goes all out gear fight from the start, is probably over. If Luffy ramps up slowly, then Bam is learning hockey, rubber Shinsu, gear 5, and is probably going to absorb Luffy's devil fruit. If we're going to keep it lore accurate, neither wins. They're both getting backstab when Blackbeard shows up with Rachel. She makes a deal with Blackbeard to steal Luffy's devil fruit, so she becomes the sun god, aka a star. That's funny, but I don't know if that he can. Rubber Shinsu is interesting. I don't think he can turn his body into rubber though, because I think if that was possible, it would have happened with Doom, and he would have been able to use, um, what you call it, like legitimate can transformation. I haven't even seen the video, but it's good to know. I should get a video on y'all and great work. I was just playing around because I'm a Bam stan. All right, I'll let you rock, bro. On top of that, Luffy's imagination is ain't gonna stop Bam no matter what happens. The blue Thressa will block any attack, and Leviathan makes Luffy look like a baby food. Plus, Luffy will get tired before Bam even tries. So I think Leviathan's hard to gauge. 'Cause I don't know what it can else do, what else he can do yet. Luffy getting tired makes sense, even though he's tenacious and he'll fight to the very end, whether he's tired or not. I don't understand how the blue Thressa will block any attack. But now that I'm reading it, I think he means the shield. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that's what he meant. I don't know how unstoppable that shield is, to be honest. So it says Sora cooking Bam and showing Rack true bro speeches. Bayonetta versus Bam. I would have to play the third Bayonetta game first though, because I don't know what new attacks and abilities and feats she has in that multi-universal game or multiple timeline game. Because I haven't played the other spin-off with Cereza as a kid or whatever. So I'd have to play the third one. I'll look it up. But all right, I'll keep that in mind. The issue with adding Kingdom Hearts is that Donald Duck solos the whole TOG and One Piece verse with his Zeta flare. Let's be real. Bam only Kirby's things that are relevant to the plot is an arbitrary power. That's why it's hard to put it like a he will definitely take this and he'll take that. Because when he absorbed the book, I wasn't shocked. I didn't bat an eye. But so many people were like, so now this nigga's absorbing text, literature? And I'm like, interesting. Y'all mad. So I feel it. He said two hits from the Caliban and the shield broke. And I think he stopped White Sword to get his Stardust attacking, but White Sword cracked and broke it, but he blocked it at the same time. But yeah, that shield can be bypassed because it's not like a barrier. It's like on his arm. Like you'd have to, put it in the way of the attack too. And for all you know, Snake Man, he goes right around it. Bam gets tired extremely easily too. When he actually does big attacks, he can barely move after that. See, I was thinking that a lot of times, but I wasn't sure if I was misremembering it. Where I'm like, I feel like sometimes when he's actually being pushed and he's using big attacks, he does kind of burn through energy. This is why I brought up the Black March thing, being able to regulate his power output. But I don't know if he's gotten better with that. But that's a good point. Lee's sword is made of a Kirby power than Bam is. Sort of re do body boopy. Okay, let's keep going. Um, let me see. Oh, this was the really big one that I that. So, are there any other smaller ones? Let me just refresh this real quick and see if there's any smaller ones for the time being, and then we'll get into that long one last. Newest first. I don't I don't being a mixed martial artist makes Bam a better fighter. Luffy may be a freestyler when it comes to combat, but by no means inferior in terms of hand to hand and not just because of his strength. Bam redirecting Luffy's attack probably wouldn't work due to Luffy's future sight. The guy can literally see it bounce before it happens, so if Luffy were fighting in base, I don't think he'd get overwhelmed by that. Interesting, okay. Someone told me I'm not reading. Oh no. Bam is more versatile in the way he can fend off combatants and has more stamina. Although Luffy were to, I don't think he has more stamina. He just manages it better. Although Luffy were to land a few big attacks, I don't know if Bam could stand being knocked out. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like I feel like if Luffy lands a couple of very clean punches, Bam is going to lose consciousness. But I could be over. I don't know. I don't know for a fact. I'm gonna go into this last one in a sec. But yeah. Let me I probably should move this under so the comments still show up. I keep forgetting to do this nowadays. Tail versus hats. Okay. Okay, yes, for Transcendental Swordsman. Okay. Maybe no, it's Ari. No, maybe not Arietta. I can't. I can't wait to do the matchup and just say the sword can absorb any Shinsu like it does Transcendentals. Zoro versus Kun after White. He'll need to do more thinking than fire on, fire off. Bam Bam is better technique wise. Bam has mastery over a lot of martial arts and experience to combine them as he pleases in the flow of combat. It's hard to surpass that. I'm still gonna go with Bam being the better head-to-head combatant, but Luffy's just like more athletic. It's like I fight it's like I'm a street fighter and I know how to fight because I've been in a lot of battles, but I'm fighting somebody who's a mixed martial artist but I'm physically more capable. Like I'm bigger, I'm faster, I'm stronger, I could take more hits. But that doesn't mean you're still not a better technical fighter. You can use my own weight against me and shit like that. That's kind of how I'm trying to think of it, I guess. Teiu 99 defense against Magic, would it work against Shinsu? We're gonna talk about it. We'll talk about it. I try to find a way to kind of not make one power system more broken than the other like I did with this. I've done this for a really long time. Like I'll so let's say like I was doing like I don't know. I don't want to use Bam. Let me think of another Tower God character. Right? Okay, Ran. Let's say Ran was fighting Hibari in like um Reborn. I don't want to make Shinsu just night and day better than Dying Will Flames or whatever, so I try to make it make sense, right? So that's kind of how I do it. So like the example that I always use because Luffy is immune to blunt force trauma. If you're not coding your attacks in whatever energy your universe uses, it's not going to hurt him. So if Kibari takes his Tonfa and smacks Luffy in the face, Luffy's face might go like this, but it's not gonna hurt him. He posts that in cloud flames. It's going to hurt back. It's going to hurt Luffy. That's kind of like how I tend to do it more often than not. But with the magic and transcendentals and stuff, we might have to find a way to make it work. But me and Glam will figure it out. We haven't gone in depth about that yet, so me and him will talk about it today, and then we'll figure out a way that makes it kind of fair. If Teo if Teo has to deal with the facilities to deal with Hatsuil's sword, Kubero's got huge gaps in power from the gods and the Suras and to the humans. The humans are the strongest, bro. You don't know about the ancient humans, bro. They're different. They're different. Okay, so I brought that up. Okay, what's Luffy's greatest physical feat or destructive capability? DC power feat, feat of strength. Like, if you had to pinpoint like a crazy strength feat, is it him pushing the two buildings apart when he was trapped? Is it when he punched Doflamingo into the ground and it caved up? Being able to, I guess, just punch through an island though Momo moved it. Did he blow up Onigashima? I think Momo got it out the way, didn't he? Didn't Momo get it out the way? Big, 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 big fist. Trying to think of some other ones. I can't think of. I can't think of any. but I know a lot of. I know a lot of Bound Man's attacks with the. It hits really hard. So there's stuff like that. What do you guys think though? If you had to pinpoint one, what's Luffy's greatest like power related feat? If you had to pinpoint one, I don't even know if Luffy can blow up full cities. To be honest, I mean he has the ability to like. But now with Gear Fifth, he can probably just step on it or make it big enough to like do it. But it's not like the traditional like I throw a beam and it just eviscerates all the structures and buildings and trees and all like that. Like it might be more like he has to run through a city and destroy everything, maybe. But I don't know. Depends on how big he can get. I mean, he got. I mean, his fist was bigger than Onigashima, wasn't it? And he got big that he made Kaido look kind of small in his dragon form. But I don't know. But they not Sura form bigs. They're not Sura form big. So Traveler versus Fumin. Not that bicycle, nigga. Oh, don't kill me. I'd probably go with the Doflamingo one, I guess. Maybe him being able to punch through an island, most likely with his Bajrang fist. His when he pushed the two mountains apart, that was impressive. But in terms of like kind of meathead feats like that, I feel like Zoro probably has more. Like him being cut up and picking up the building, throwing it at Das Bones during Alabasta. That's shit's pretty early, all things considered. Because one thing I'm going to mention in the White fight is I don't think White is physically stronger than Zoro. I don't know if he might be faster and stuff, but muscle to muscle, I don't think that White is stronger than Zoro for sure. But I think that's gonna be a very hard fight for Zoro to win. But we'll talk about it when we talk about it. I'm gonna do it in phases though. Moon Rider, y'all like that bicycle man? All right, let's read this. Let's read this final comment here. What do we got? What do we got? I want to point out that stamina durability may go to Bam slightly because without Haki's, Luffy's body can be pierced by almost anything as far as I know. His body's a lot more durable than people give it credit for, even without reinforcement, but it's a fair point. Um but TOG characters as shown with Quant, he literally said my body is tougher than steel and other rankers, even without Shinsu, their body can't be damaged by normal weapons, and with Shinsu enhanced, Bam was able to block White Soul with his bare hands. So as we know, even Bam's body itself not on the strongest side, but I don't think without Hockey, Luffy can damage Bam with normal punches. I don't even yeah, that's fair. I agree with that. Also, Luffy can get tired after using Hockey after a long time or if he uses it too much as far as I remember, but Bam can use Shinsu almost infinitely, not Shinwan Ryu. Okay. I'll stop there for the first lap. Let me see. The stamina thing, I think I've talked about ad nauseum. Bam has less MP magic points, but Luffy burns through his quicker. His special attacks take up more bars and more mana. Tougher than steel stuff is whatever. Luffy's body's already been as strong as steel and be able to take attacks like that. He's taken attacks like that, so that's fine. I don't expect Luffy to hit him with his bare hands. He's going to conquer it up, conqueror's hockey it up, or armored hockey it up anyway. So that's fine. I don't remember how the infinite loop thing works exactly, but okay. That's fair though. But for the sake of argument, since Hockey and Shinsu are like energy in their respective universes, so in that sense, their effects on the characters should be similar then. Luffy can only block the reverse flow control with Hockey, just like in TOG can only block it with Shinsu unless you are much stronger than your opponent, as Quant said in season 1. Even if Bam couldn't stop him for a significantly long time, Quant still can't block it completely without Shinsu. Don't know much about One Piece hockey, but there is this Ryoyu that can basically damage your insides. In that sense, Bam's piercing techniques can damage Luffy pretty badly from the inside, since this technique is literally explode your body from the inside. The thing about that though is, it's a good point. Luffy has been hit internally many times. So he like a lot of characters are not used to like having their insides be attacked. Luffy's been hit with what? Impact, reject, maybe just impact, Roku Ogun, side-dieting Roku Ogun. Like he's been hit internally, so he's more used to it. He can get back up from that. He's more adept at taking an attack like that and getting back up. Other characters are not used to that. So you gotta remember that too. Shout to Don Creek Armor, just impact. Luffy was breaking things stronger than stealing East Blue. True. Reject was only using Eno. No, I'm talking about Satori. Remember Satori? Oh, you're right. Maybe it was just impact. Maybe it's impact. But yeah, Satori hit Luffy in the face with an impact dial, if I remember correctly. So yeah. In general, Tsuyoji characters barely take any damage unless their opponent severely outclasses them while they're using transcendental big attack. Yeah, that's true. Because Wiper was the only one with reject. Okay. Didn't didn't Usopp also hit him with one? Or was that also impact? Was that reject or impact dial that he hit him with on Water 7? I don't recall, but okay, that's fair. And to finish this comment off, don't know how to scale Shinwan Ryu since it can erase Shinsu bypass Califan's defense, even to only give him a little cut. So if we say in this matchup Hockey equals Shinsu, then Shinwan Ryu can erase Hockey defense and it's kind of broken. So yeah, okay. That's fair. I don't recall. My brain was purely in Skype mode for that question. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. But there you go. Um, I talked about speed feats for Luffy. Dangerous attacks he can use. What's Luffy's greatest, I guess, endurance or durability feat? Is it like getting up and fighting Kaido 100 million times? Is it 11 hours versus Katakuri getting his ass beat? Is it taking three Roku Guns in a fight? I don't know. It's hard to say. I wish the problem with also another problem with doing these is that a lot of these authors aren't necessarily very consistent with a lot of these things. Where it's like an attack that looked like it may not have hurt as much will make someone go white eyes, no pupil, and die. Like, wait, that was dangerous. Like, so sometimes it's hard because of the consistency rate. They're not always doing the best job. A Pooh, yeah, Pooh's fucking scratch, check her out. Like temporarily knocked out Luffy, and then Luffy took some hits from Kaido before getting knocked out. And I'm like, what? So I wish they were better with this, but this is just something you got to deal with a lot of these series, unfortunately. And if I can remember, neither of these series do the thing where they give you like they explain the feat in like seconds or time or distance to be like, oh, Luffy expanded his domain expansion in 0.001 seconds. So we don't really have stuff like that in Tower God and One Piece. All we really have is our discernible eye and what's happening. So we have to use our judgment to the best of our ability. It's kind of all we have for the moment. So it is what it is. But I'll leave it at that. With the Ashura Doji died to dynamite, but took Kaido's hits. There you go. And who what was I reading recently that said you guys would die from Luffy said he thought he was gonna die from the barrier, but he didn't. I don't know. So yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'll leave it at that for the most part. I thought it was fun. I will revisit this when I get better at it and whatnot. I'll either do it when if Bam sooner rather than later goes full power. I'll revisit it with a round 2 to see how it full power Bam looks like versus full power Luffy, or I'll revisit it later and do them by stages, like season 1, East Blue, then Gear Second, and yada yada whoop de whoop. So we'll leave it at that. Um, let's talk a little bit about. I haven't done it yet at all, but I do want to just get some preliminary thoughts of what you guys think. Um, White versus Zoro. Again, this one I'm doing the same thing. I'm gonna do like Hulkin or Hulkeen, whatever how you say his name. Then I'm gonna do like I don't know Zoro maybe around like Logtown. I guess we gets his sword and he fights people on Whiskey Peak like against like that fight when he learns to cut through steel. Then maybe end of like time skip versus like Juvio Grace and stuff like that. So I'll do it. But like, how do you guys see like White and Zoro's fight going? Because what's going to be very hard for Zoro is to continuously deal with the slashes of the REA swordsmanship that comes at you from all angles. That's supposed to be pretty much impossible to dodge. Is he going to try to tank the hit him with something harder? A la Rand versus Iniesta. Is he just cooked? Is he just going to get sliced up to mincemeat? Like, what do you guys think? We'll have a reverse Gear 6 by the time Bam goes all out. I think White wins too, but that's why I'm going to do them by phases. But Zoro is one of those characters that I've seen lose like kilos of blood and keep fighting with his bones broken and stuff like that. And he hasn't lost a limb, just an eye. So you have to keep that in mind. Like he's extremely powerful, and I don't know how strong his armament is, but now he has a little King of Hell enema mode, even though that kind of burns him out secretly, so he might not have the stamina to. But again, White has a stamina problem. I still argue in his full power mode, he has a stamina problem. That's what I think Zoro's biggest weak condition is because he's just his vitality is just as crazy as Luffy's. Like if White's craziest attacks don't immediately put Zoro down, I could see Zoro kind of getting the win. But that's the kind of only win condition I've thought about so far. But I'm still thinking about it. Hoken, he might have had a chance. If that bump Zoro couldn't break, if that bump Boro could read White Sword, I don't have a problem believing Zoro can do it. Yeah, and he has observation. It's just not as good as Luffy's or whatever. That stamina problem was nonsense, by the way. I think they SIU thought he really needed like a thing to hold White back, but yeah. How the fuck you fully back up to full but still got a stamina problem? I guess my best interpretation of that, like just going off my memory, is that White's attacks use a lot of energy and stamina, but I guess he's constantly killing people and absorbing their souls to burn. So that's how he replenishes his MP. It's kind of like kill, absorb, kill, absorb, kill, absorb. And if he can't do that, he just runs out of energy. Because even against Dory and Frog, when he stepped off the train during the last station, he burnt himself out. Even I think he clapped like three rankers, something like that. But the Pollock well was able to block it, blah blah blah, and then he burnt himself out. So that's kind of how I saw it. White would severely underestimate Zoro, possibly. White Zoro gets destroyed while White keeps making stronger swords and says you can't dodge them, you have to tank them. Stamina thing is dumb for White and Zoro. Yeah, Zoro's crazy, bro. This guy's the things he gets up from is insane. Like nothing happened post fighting um Oars Oars Jr. Oars with Luffy shadow when Moria and then taking all that pain and exhaustion. Like my dude is sturdy as fuck. I honestly don't think Zoro has the capability to hurt White at his max power. I don't know how like King of Hell Enma slashes would interact and work because personally, Glam, I don't think that White is physically stronger than Luffy. So I don't know if I agree with that, but I don't know. Kaido, Luffy, and Yamato spammed advanced conquerors, but Zoro was dying after five. It's true. I guess he's not used to it though, but I guess it's because Enma forces your hockey out. You have to and I don't know, and Odin was fine, but Zoro probably have to train to get better at that. I don't know. One thing Zoro has above White is endurance. I agree with that. I'll say this too. White straight up a better swordsman than them. I don't disagree with that. I think technique wise he's better. His sword attacks are deadlier, but I don't know who's faster for a fact, but I would argue maybe his swordsmanship is faster. Because what makes this the thing about it is I've seen Zoro block things that are coming at him in all directions, so it's not impossible. But I've also seen him being overwhelmed by too many attacks coming at him, where he has to just take the damage, but he keeps fighting. I'm thinking of Kaku using the attack where he turns himself into the block. I can't remember what it's called. He like turns himself into the block. He used Tekai, and he swung his little mini feet, and the Rankyakus bounced off the ceiling and rained down on Zoro. And he was like trying to block them all, and he couldn't, and he started doing this. Like that nigga just takes hits and goes like, "Fuck, that hurt. All right, let's keep fighting." And I'm like, "What the hell? What is he made out of?" He took the Overin Sovereignty, double Yonko attack. All his bones are broken. They said, "Yo, have have a hyper potion." He said, "All right, King, let's get this work." And I'm like, "Wow." So I think about those things. So yeah. But again, I think doing it in phases will make it more interesting and make it more fun. So that's why I decided to do it that way. But again, I'm not doing all these fights to be like, okay, I only want to do fights where it's just about equal and I don't know. I will do fights where they're equal, fights where it's like interesting. Like I'm gonna do a Law and Hawkins one, but like before like Law went to become what he was, maybe at some point. I don't know, maybe I won't do that. I don't know, we'll see. I'll do ones where it's obvious one character is stronger than the other because I've seen many videos where it's obvious that yeah, Goku's fighting Gaimon. Gaimon's losing. But you made an interesting video and discussion out of it, and you showcased the overall kind of power level of that verse and how it stacks up against other verses. So I think there's value in that. And like I said, I'm here to put Kubera on the map. We gonna show these verses how different Kubera is. And it's a fantasy romance. It's not even an action series. They're not ready for it, bro. The harder White fights, the more souls he consumes, and eventually he will be too weak if Zoro can withstand him. I think that's a fair win condition. That Kaido and Kasak one is definitely not going to be equal. Teehee. Yep, exactly. That's what I'm here to do. Yeah, and I see. I was gonna use Veritra, but you glad like that's overkill. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll use Kasak, I guess. So yeah, he said go ahead and watch Goku versus versus the Heart Virus. Itachi versus AIDS, another one I've seen. Can Itachi beat AIDS? So all fiction versus Gremi Zavisionary. I like that. Misogi versus Zavisionary. Oh, get in my Madaka box bag. Oh yeah, I'm about to cook with these, but expect most of these to start coming out in the new year. But I will definitely get the three that I showed you. I'll definitely get those done this year. I estimate. I think I have the Tower of God videos made for the next 3 weeks. So probably no 2 weeks. So probably in 3 weeks, White versus Zoro, and then yeah. Um, just in case people haven't seen it yet, I will pull it back up here. Let me actually close this. I don't need this anymore. I read all the comments from them yelling at me. You're a dumb black. You don't read Tower of God. Stupid bitch. Ugly bitch. Ugly stupid ass goofy ass nigga. So yeah, doing this. I like 8 thumbnails for each one, which are kind of crazy. Then I'm doing this. So sorry, I guess White Zoro, Lee's Bam, Kasak, and this fake ass, ugly ass, goofy ass blue dragon over here. Oh, goofy ass boy. So yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, peace, homie. You got checking with the Emperor. Facts, facts, facts. We are missing the obvious one: Killua versus Ran. Oh, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. I'll do it. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna send a DM to myself so I don't forget. Just give me a second. Because I have Shiva versus Beerus and Whis here. Ran versus Killua. I pretty much remember what he can do, so it should work. It should work. Anata versus Mew Love. Now hear me out. Hear me out. Right? You can eat chicken, but you could also eat steak, right? So if you season up the great snake, Chicken Love Club, the Snake Love Club. Who said he don't eat snakes, bro? Who's shit? Oh, my poor guy doesn't deserve to be in that situation. Let him live his life, man. Shoot! You just have me in defense mode. Mula versus Utah, and just be like, you see, Soras eat other Soras. Therefore, if you If he cooks, start lying my ass off just to make me love win. I ever tell you guys the story how I bullshitted my way out of a so back in the day at my BB I had a BBM group called the Anime Manga group, and we used to do like power scaling debates every once in a while. This is years ago, back in like high school, like 10th, 11th, 12th grade type beat, right? And we'd usually do stuff like, okay, we're doing gunslingers. So I might pick like Zanzis, somebody picks whatever, Deadshot, blah blah blah, and do it like that. Martial artists, and we'll pick like, I don't know, Might Guy versus yada yada whoop de whoop. And we did one. I don't know what the criteria was, but my friend picked Silver Surfer and I had Law. Now, mind you, this was Law when he was just reintroduced back to Punk Hazard, and he just smoked Smoker. I had no idea what the limitations of Opie Opie no me were, and I lied my ass off and I won that debate. I couldn't believe I won that. Like the power cosmic can't do every fucking thing Law could do. I bullshitted my fucking way to victory. Throw me in the law room, bro. Call me Phoenix Wright, the turnabout king, bro. I couldn't believe it. Cause I'm laughing. Cause my friend is pissed off because he knows that I am bullshitting, but those guys don't know comic books like that. And I'm like, we don't know limitations, though people know me. Who says there's a limit? For all you know, Locke can just boom, take the surfboard, and now we got the power. I did not deserve to win that. I absolutely bullshitted all the way, but that shit was hilarious. BBL group, BBM. This story makes you cringe every time, cause ain't no way Silver Surfer loses the fucking law. Fake it till you make it. Now law has the power. I couldn't believe I got away with that shit. Cause as soon as I won the tournament, I said, y'all fucked up with that, right? Cause that there was no reason for y'all to side with me. Cause we did it voting based. And the numbers were skewed when you were voting. I think we rotated always removing one person, so it was always gonna be like 9 people voting, so there could never be a draw. I couldn't believe it. I think I won like 6-3, something like that. That boy Norrin Rad would beat his ass before shooting a blast man boxes with the likes of Thor, of Hulk and Thor. The Herald of Galactus. I couldn't believe it. That's easily one of the craziest power scaling battles I ever won. I did it, and the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like, I don't deserve to win this. I don't deserve to win this. So that was funny. Oh fuck. I think I got one on Patreon. Someone said to do a scanner versus Kenpachi. I'll think about it. I don't know if that's fair or if that's interesting, but I'll think about some of them. But yeah, that was good though. Did I ever? Are there any other ones I bullshitted? I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh, I think for the swordsman one, I think I picked Virgil. If I remember correctly, I think I won that one. Oh, we're doing Virgil versus Sephiroth. Was that what it was? I can't remember. It's been a long time. I missed that BBN group. My friend still has snapshots on his computer from some of the crazy shit. No, we did, man. But those were good times. Those were good times. But yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, but yeah, power scaling, mini essay, and essay season. It's all gonna be very fun. We're gonna eat, man. We're gonna have a good time. And I could already tell from what I'm doing because the channel's actually been growing. I got like 102 subscribers since kind of starting the what makes a good fight scene. So I've been growing a lot more. I'm almost at 5200K. So we up there. We doing it. We on the come up. We going up the tower, so to speak. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, Leeds versus Bama is gonna be fun because I know most people are just gonna lean towards Bam, but they don't know, bro. They don't know. And obviously the Kasak one is just so I can cook Kaido and piss off One Piece fans because I don't like them. They're ugly. I don't like One Piece fans, and I want to hurt their feelings. It's gonna be some extreme rage baiting. It's gonna be fun. Because my favorite thing is when people don't know how broken certain character is, and sometimes it happens to me. Like Kirby. Kirby, like not Bam, like actual Kirby. Kirby is fucking busted. You know, Sonic is busted. You know, Shadow was busted. Like, there's certain characters people don't know. I'm like, you know how busted these characters are, especially if you like play all the games and you read the comic books, like IDW run stuff like that, Chaos Energy and stuff like that. Hypersonic. Like, I don't think people know how broken some of these characters are. So it's gonna be fun. It's one of my It's one of my childhood mangas, and I hate One Piece fans. Yeah, same. It's technically some of my favorite manga of all time, but I hate the fandom. Kaido fans should feel bad. It's gonna be fun. And like, I'm not giving Kaido, I'm not even giving him benefit of the doubt. Just like, yeah, so no matter what we do in any scenario, no matter what age he loses, so how badly does he lose? Like, just how bad does he lose? Does he just get stepped on? Does he just yeeted out of space, like into space? So yeah, he said Kumagawa versus Kaido. Hmm, all fiction. Interesting. I know Strong loses, and she's one of my favorite fictional characters, but I know better to bet against Bam. It's okay. In these scenarios, it's not slave in utero. It's Naya in utero. It's the ape. He don't got that. He don't got the Batman writer's protection. You know, like people go, who's the most broken character in DC? I go Batman. They go what? I'm like, bro, you the fucking nonsense this nigga does, and they'd be like, oh, how do you survive? And you'll smile at the panel, nigga. How did you survive falling out of space, out of orbit onto the planet? How did you live? You go look at the camera and smile. Fuck you, Batman. He's the most broken character in DC. Sucking my dick from the back. It's not Superman. It's not the Spectre or whoever. It's fucking Bruce Wayne, bro. It's not Mr. Mixel Pickelix. I can never say that name, but you know. I honestly prefer TOG fights in the ground, and I prefer when characters use the environment. I hear that. Kaido gets no grace as long as Kinemon breathing. I actually went back to the chapters and Kasak was fighting Kaju and holding his own and low key winning. Kasak. Bat might be the most broken. Nah, man. John Constantine is nuts. I'm making a half joke. I'm making a half joke. I know I'm not being hyper literal, but my point is the way the writers write Batman is just nothing that he feasibly kind of can't do. He just kind of just does whatever. So I just go like, as I roll my eyes. This is why I a lot of times don't enjoy reading Batman shit. I'm like, oh whatever, dog. This guy can do whatever the hell he wants. Bat suit made out of bad alloy and bad fibers. Batamanium. Oh man, what if someone was asking how did Urek get a tattoo if if his like skin is mad powerful? I'm like, I don't know. Adamantium Shinsu tattooing, bro. Vibranium tattooing. Combined with bat durability, he's too good. And he moves at the speed of a bat, bro. Bat speed? Well, if you really think about it, with the bat alloy and the bat fibers in his bat suit, he actually is massively faster than bat speed by over 100 times. Therefore, he can travel the galaxy in under zero point 0.1 seconds. That means when they get into their fake math and they get into their fucking physics and shit. Did Batamanium is a real thing now? I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. Even I didn't know that. I just made that up. The calcs. I know the calcs always kill me. 100 quintillion megajoules of force. Batman. Batman is an element with supernatural capability discovered by the power. What the fuck? Oh, this is during the Court of Owls. I don't remember this. This is 2015 Court of Owls. I didn't remember this. Interesting. Because I read this. I own the Court of Owls New 52 run. Huh. I didn't know that. There you go. I forgot, I guess. That's crazy. Oh, the Flash is incredibly broken. I just remember that line from Adventure Time. If that hat possesses somebody, they gain the proportional strength of a hat. Adventure Time is so fucking hilarious. Oh my god, I love that show. I love it to death. Fiona and Cake was good. I still think Distant Lands was better, but that was good. That was funny. But yeah, Gordon had it. Okay. Ah, it might be time for me to actually revisit the original run of Court of the Owls because at this point I might be thinking of the movie and the games at this point. So okay, cool. Julio. But yeah, man, it was fun making the video with Pat. We're gonna be making more. We're gonna have fun with this, man. Um, I put the Psychopaths and Black Lagoon video on hold for a little bit, but I'm still working on some of my essay stuff. The Kubera one's coming along pretty well. The Wire one, I'm doing some editing to cut it down a bit. I think I repeated myself a couple times, so I don't think it needs to be 26 pages. I think I could get it to maybe 22 pages. So there'll be that and everything, but your boy's been in the lab, man. I'm out here doing my best, and we gonna have a fun time. I'm very excited for the future. And shout out to Bam. I feel like Bam is gonna get thrown into a lot of fights too, but I will argue on behalf of our Lord and Savior, CBL Life. You already know what it is. So, anyways, it's my week. It's my weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We'll be back on Monday with Tower of God and Kubera reaction. Y'all be safe and show Simi some motherfucking love.